For experiment number 6, we have again the curved end ramp. We put the curved end at the low end, at the edge of a table, and push down and fix the ramp so that when the ball comes off the end, it moves horizontally. It comes off the end of the ramp in the perfectly horizontal direction. It has no vertical velocity at the instant it leaves the edge of the ramp. Now, we hold the ball so that its center is right under the edge of the table, and actually we're going to drop it in a minute. You see that under the edge of the table we have a stack of books here, and a piece of paper on top of the stack of books, on top of a hardback book. We're going to take a piece of carbonized paper and place it there with the carbon part down so that when we drop the ball it leaves a mark. Then we're going to determine the point at which the ramp starts to curve. We can determine that fairly easily. We push down at various points, and actually this ramp is a little bit defective. It shouldn't start to curve until about there. But we determine the point at which it starts to curve significantly. And we measure our distances from that point. Start the ball now. Well, actually we don't need to measure the distances here. We'll do that in another experiment. We could measure those distances, but let's go ahead and just release the ball here from the very end of the ramp and let it come off the end of the ramp and hit the paper. It hits right about here, leaving a mark. I can move the paper up closer. I can move it further away. By close and further away, well, let me explain. Okay, I can move the system. I can move the books so that the ball falls further. Now I release the ball and it hits the paper at a further point. I can continue doing that. Hopefully this piece of paper will be long enough, and remember we're going to reposition this paper so that it's right under the point of fall each time. In any case, what we're going to get for a series of different heights, and for each height we simply take the meter stick and measure the distance from the edge of the ramp here down to the paper. But we're going to get a series of dots that you can probably see that are made by the carbon paper, and that will allow us to determine how far the ball goes horizontally for each vertical distance. Then we put those data together as explained in the experiment to determine whether the ball has a constant horizontal velocity as it comes off, or whether the horizontal velocity changes as the ball falls.